Good afternoon, traders. Welcome to NinjaTrader Live. I'm Tracy Shuchart, Senior Economist, and here are the headlines while we were away. We actually do have breaking news right now. Donald Trump has just sent out a post on Truth Social. He had just finished with his meeting with Prime Minister Netanyahu. He says, I have just finished meeting with Prime Minister Netanyahu of Israel and various of his representatives. It was a very good meeting. The tremendous relationship between our two countries continues. There was nothing definitive reached other than I insisted that negotiations with Iran continue to see whether or not a deal can be consummated. If it can, I will let the Prime Minister know. That will be my preference. If it cannot, we will just have to see what that outcome will be. Thank you for your attention to this matter. So we did see oil drop on this news, and we'll have to keep everybody apprised of how these negotiations turn out if they do. If you remember last time, Iran decided not to make a deal, and we ended up attacking them. So this is going to be continued on this front. Next, we had a 10-year auction, and it was not great, to say the least. There was scant sight of concern that the labor market data would poison demand for today's 10-year note auction, yet it did. In the end, the auction tailed by nearly 1.5 basis points, stopping at 4.177% versus the 4.163% yield immediately before the results were announced. Demand was poor with a bid cover of 2.39, the lowest since August. Indirects bought 64.5%, also the lowest in 6 months. Dealers stepped up to the plate, taking 13.4% of the print. Given the size of the tail, they were probably happy to do so. So this was, in other words, people demanded higher yields for these bonds, which is kind of a negative for Treasury markets, and slightly positive for higher yields. Moving on, we have CME looks to launching its first ever rare earths future contracts. This would be the world's first futures contract in rare earths. It would allow governments and companies and banks to hedge exposure to a sector controlled by China. I guess rival ICE exchange is also looking at rare earths, but it is not as advanced planning as the CME said. So perhaps a new product coming out of CME. That would be very interesting. We did have Fed's Schmid talking earlier today. He was very hawkish. He said, with inflation running still hot, it appears that demand is outpacing supply across much of the economy. He said, further rate cuts risk allowing high inflation to persist even longer. And he thought that the Fed should continue its wait and see mode. So I guess with kind of the labor market off the table, at least for this print, he's turning back to the inflation story. I'm not sure if that contributed to any of the sell-offs, but nonetheless, the market was selling off while he was speaking about this. And next we have Meta is building a 10 billion with a B data center in Lebanon, Indiana, which is a huge amount of money. So they said they broke ground on the Lebanon site, expects to deliver 1 gigawatt, which is huge, of power to potentially support both its AI projects and its core social media business. The data center will span 4 million square feet and is expected to be operational by the end of 2027 or early 2028. No word on exactly how they plan to power this, so that is also something that I am keeping an eye on. I would like it to see them use natural gas, but we'll see. Keep an eye on that one. And then we have the U.S. budget hole is set to deepen by trillions. The U.S. budget will remain roughly flat for the next 2 years and then widen over the next decade as interest costs consume an increasing share of spending, the Congressional Budget Office said today in a forecast that highlighted the country's long-run fiscal challenges. The U.S. is projected to run a deficit of $1.85 trillion, or 5.8% of GDP, in the year that ends September 30th, and will stay at about a level at 5.7% of GDP in fiscal year 2027, which means for every dollar the U.S. collects in taxes and tariffs, it will spend $1.33 this year. And that obviously continues the trend of high and persistent deficits that is historically rare outside of emergencies, wars, and recessions, and that the Fed has continued to warn us about. And with that, I will pass it off to Jim for an Edge report.
Thank you, Shai. Well, here's that 10-year note. Here's that 10-year Treasury future chart. I just have a 10-minute chart up here right now. Here are the statistics that Tracy was talking about up here on the left. This first candle, that's the non-farm payroll candle. I mean, that's a gnarly candle, big benchmark candle. We kind of rallied past that midpoint, at least temporarily, throughout the day, right? The initial balance was pretty kind to this market. We kept on moving up. And then right here, this is the auction candle. These two candles really are, well, actually, these three candles are kind of the auction candle right here. And you can see, price went down, yields went up. Cash yields started before the auction, 4.124. Bumped up to 4.2070. That's about an 8.3% basis point difference. Remember, 1% is 100 basis points. So significant. Raised some eyebrows. Now we're kind of settling at 4.175% last time I checked. Trading below VWAP right now. Don't expect much more movement on the upside here on the 10-year note for the rest of the day. VWAP is in charge, and the volume profile is not very helpful. But it's also important to note that this is a big volume market here. We did over 2.5 million contracts in this market. This is the biggest volume contract that we have today. Let's shoot over to gold right now. Gold is also interesting. April gold. Yeah, we're in April gold. Remember we talked about breakouts, initial balance breakout. Well, 77.69% in the last 6 months, IB breakout, single break to the upside. We have achieved that single break to the upside. We tried to break down to the downside, but no, buyers kept defending. The bottom of the value area was pretty strong. Once we crossed over that session VWAP, then there's really not much of a chance of a double break on the downside here in gold. So, we got to that one-day min and kind of traded down to that 0 DTE call resistance. Really nice VWAP touch here. I love when I see these VWAP touches here. This is almost picture perfect. We rallied. We came all the way back down. Boom, buyers defended and popped back up. Nice confirmation candle, the next candle there. So if you're trading on a smaller time frame, it would be a sooner confirmation, but still you got in and some upside there. So it looks like gold's going to continue to move up. We'll see if we get past that one-day max, that MenthorQ level, which is pretty awesome. Let's shoot over to RTY, Russell 2000. Well, this is an interesting case of interest rates. I mean, the small caps are going to benefit with rate cuts and cheaper borrowing costs, and we're seeing a lot of strength year over year on the Russell versus the other stock index futures. But again, non-farm payroll killed this cat. We ended up with a small case B volume profile, not the best picture looking volume profile of all time, but nice point of control. We've been trading through that point of control pretty much non-stop since 11:10 to 11:20 candle all afternoon. Now we're trying to get a bid, but interestingly enough, a lot of resistance here at that high vol level. Let me just kind of open this up so we can see it a little bit better and draw some rectangles here. I haven't drawn enough rectangles lately. We got to get back to that. Got to get back to the basics here. Nice area of resistance right here. It starts at that high vol level. And again, this is kind of where gamma changes. 2670 right there. We keep wicking through it, selling off 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 it. And then maybe we're going to sell off it again right now. VWAP's a little higher up here, and JAX2 is a little higher up here as well, which can give you some good trade ideas, right? Wick up into that area. You know where your stop is if you want to get short, thinking sellers are going to be in charge again. And that's one possible trade idea. I don't want to say you should do it or not, but that's something that I would be looking for right now. VWAP is the main thing right here, and that's right at Jacks too. So there's two areas of interest right there at 26.75 for the Russell. And really quickly here, before we go, do I have that chart handy here? I don't. I do. I do. I do. Remember, this tool, you can get this from learn at ninjatrader.com. It'll be on the website soon. But again, if you want to track percent changes from any point in the chart, you could anchor this anywhere you want. You could literally track and compare different asset classes and how they performed through whatever period you're looking to analyze on a percentage basis. So we see RTY is up 6.15% on the year. I have this anchored to January 2nd. Dow up 3.62, ES 0.78, and then NASDAQ's minus 1.05. So this is the futures that this is tracking. You could do it intraday. You could do it pick any time. You could do it monthly. Super cool. Learn at NinjaTrader.com or be patient. It'll be on the website as soon as it gets through all of the beta testing. But I've been beating on it and it works great. That is this afternoon's Edge Report. It is time for the main event. Let's trade the close. We have Salma, Jack, and Joey joining us live to trade today. How you guys doing?
What's up, Jim?
Doing good.
What's up, guys?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good. Pretty good. I can't complain. You guys been trading today?
Oh yeah, you know it.
Yeah.
All right, Joey. Let's start with Jack. Actually, I know he's got like 7 or 8 positions already. What are you in right now, man?
It was so funny. This morning, somebody mentioned to me in my chat that you had said that, and I went back and looked at the play. But no, actually, so I went out last night, and for the first time ever, I normally don't go to dinner and drink on the weekday, but I was at Gibson's last night, and a gentleman came up to me and he said, "Are you Jack Leeson from NinjaTrader?" I was like, "Well, matter of the fact, I am." So I thought that was funny. I don't know if that's happened to anybody yet, but so I was out last night. This morning, I was a little slow to the punch. I spent the beginning of the day taking some L's in some longs, and then right after 10 o'clock making it back. But I'm currently long some position. I got a position in the YM, a position here in gold, and a position in the ES. And I am anticipating us to take out the swing highs from 1 o'clock. So I have my targets above that in all of those markets. We came back, held the midpoint of the leg from the low in the S&P. So this morning's low to that midday high, held the middle of that leg, and then have been bidding since. So I got my stop in a defensive position in the ES above my entry. YM probably going to be moving that up here soon, but my anticipation here for the remainder of the day is for us to take out those intraday highs. Probably not the morning high, but that's what I got going on.
All right. Nothing surprising there. Nothing odd and unusual there other than the idea of not going out for drinks on the weekday, but that's a side point. We'll talk about that later. Joey, what are you looking at this afternoon?
I'm just watching to see if we get away from VWAP here and if we go to either end of the range here on IB. We have a quite large initial balance range on NQ. So I'd like to see us try to navigate towards one single end of the IB to give me some sort of direction for me to take either long or short here. But right now we're kind of consolidating around VWAP. We have IB high up at 460, was that 465? And IB low at 059. So waiting to see any direction towards either end of the range to give me a little bit of confluence on the direction to take here. But really what I'm waiting on now, I took a couple longs earlier today. We had a nice sweep of the lows on, let's see, at this 147 low that we had on NASDAQ. We swept that, caught buyers back above it, caught a pullback and rode back up for about 30 points or so. So caught a nice long there, but right now just waiting to see if we navigate towards any side of the range of the IB.
Got it. And Salma, saving the best for last. What are you thinking?
Hi, Jim. Thanks. First off, Jack, that's super cool. That's probably also so weird that someone comes up to you and is like, "Are you Jack?" You're like, "Who, me?" Oh my God, I didn't even know how I'd like react.
Yeah, I was a little shocked at first. I was like, "Yeah, wait, how do you know me?"
Wait, who were you with at this dinner?
I was just with some friends of mine, and
you must have looked so cool in front of them.
I definitely look cool. It's happened to me before.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the first time somebody said they recognized me from NinjaTrader. But I've been recognized for my YouTube videos before, but that was the first time I got it from NinjaTrader. It was cool. You'll get
That's
it too.
awesome. All right, cool. I was in some shorts right before literally you asked me, Jim. It looks like ES just took out those November highs again. It seems like today the Russell has been telling the story, really. I've been watching the Russell all day. It's the one that just pushed up and, took ES with it. I don't know about NQ, but it's been a quiet day for me, Jim. I caught something in the morning and then I just kind of been sitting like on the side, and any trade I've taken has been small size. NFP days are not really my forte. So probably will be the same in the afternoon. If I do take a trade, it'll be size light, and we'll see what happens. I haven't really been liking this price action, to be honest with you. Every time I think we're gonna do something, market does the complete opposite.
Awesome. Very, very awesome. Great comment in the chat. Hang on a second. Cat's thoughts. Jack, did you ask if they were subscribed to the Ninja channel?
I made him show me on the phone. I told him, well, I said, pull out your phone, show me you're subscribed. And he was subscribed. His name's Pat. Pat, if you're watching, I told him I'd be on today. So we'll see if he shows up at some point.
And
That's
Pat,
so cool.
You should ask for an autograph, Pat, because Jack is an up and coming superstar for sure. So.
Yeah, well, I mean, Chicago's such a big trading city. I feel like there's so
Mm-hmm.
many people that cut their teeth here. He said he actually knew Delhi from back in the day. So, I don't, Delhi maybe knows who it is. I don't want to drop his last name if he doesn't want people to know, but I'll tell Delhi it later.
Yeah, no. Delhi is famous in Chicago. He can't go anywhere without being picked out. So for sure. Any event, good stuff, you guys. Appreciate you being here this afternoon. Appreciate everybody being part of NinjaTrader Live. We appreciate the subscriptions. I was joking about it a second ago, but they are really important to me. They're important to the network, gives us more visibility, and more folks in the chat, the better. High tides lift all boats. So it's free to do it. We appreciate it if you guys do hit that subscribe button. And the likes are going to flow because these three are awesome. I will pop back in at the end and wish you guys the best of luck on any trades you may make.
Thank you. Take care,
Thanks,
Jim.
Jim.
Thanks, Jim.
Just
What's up,
actually
guys?
re-entered some shorts on the Russell here. I know it is a very strong candle. Just want to see if we can close below the 0.618. I have a fib level here off of this one imbalance candle at 10 a.m. We've basically been below it all day. Maybe this is the one time that we close above it and we start, pushing higher, but I'm going to test my luck here. Small shorts. See what happens.
Nice. So basically, chat, we got to get the likes up on the stream to help out the trades that you're seeing right now. We got to help Salma out. Got to help Jack out.
Fresh into it. We got 500 people watching. We give them a show, and then we can start begging for change, right? We gotta cash some of these profits. But yeah, I'm sorry if I'm fading. Not that I'm fading you on the Russell. I guess I'm long different indexes than you're short, but it was really the selling was the first hour of the day, and they seem to have shut off after that. But open up, gap higher, took out the prior day's high in the ES, and then swung all the way back down below the prior day's low. I really thought that morning sweep lower, like I was looking at 69.45, 69.40 as a potential level, but I didn't think we'd actually get there. And then when we got there, I was like, all right, well, I've been trading. I was on the wrong side of the long this morning. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like I'm on the right side of it now, just anticipating us to get back up to at least the midpoint of the prior day. But the Russell, if you're going to be short something, Salma,
Yeah.
Russell's the one to go with.
Yeah, I've been dabbling in it today. They spoke about it a lot in the morning segment. Actually got to give it to Delhi. Got to give him kudos. He's the reason why I even thought to look at the Russell today. They mentioned it in the morning that jobs data, it was like really good for the small caps and whatever else. And so I looked at the Russell this morning. He did say don't fade it. I'm sorry, Delhi. I did take shorts this morning on the Russell. It did pay. I didn't hold the entire way down, but it was a nice trade. And then, yeah, I've just been looking at it all day. And, I've had ES and Q have it all up on, different monitors and stuff. And just watching, the Russell has been the one making the moves first. seems
Yeah.
like.
I mean, the only the thing about the Russell, the low of the day in the Russell is actually Thursday's low of last week to the high of today, which was, it's the high of the week this week, literally to the tick. That's a 26.46. So that's your halfway back from last week's low to this week's high. We absolutely stuck that level in the consolidation zone of this morning from like 10:20 on. So I would just be, I don't think that low is going to get taken out anytime soon. I would absolutely be interested in a retest if we can get it. But that's the only thing that kind of concerns me for long is there was some accumulation. I mean, put that 2646.7 on your screen. That is the regular trading hours session halfway back from last week. And it was just a bid there for 30 minutes straight.
Yeah. Another thing that I do want to point out, which could, it will potentially work in your favor, Jack, is the fact that here on the Russell, if you go on like the hourly or like the 4 hour, I did have, basically a, supply and demand flip zone. So depending on, obviously we retested it this morning. You want to see buyers step in here and for this to act as demand, right? Before it was acting as supply and we were selling off. So this is for me like a flip zone area here, very key for us to hold. And I know I have a lot of things going on with the fibs if you're looking at my chart, but if I take off my indicators real quick, I do have, where is this? Hold on. I do have from, the most recent low that we made on Thursday to the most recent high on January 22nd. I drew my fibs there as well. And this 0.5 is the midpoint. So buyers did step in on the Russell exactly where they needed to, right? That midpoint coincided with this zone that I have, the highlighted zone. And so, yeah, you're not wrong for being in longs. I do like it. I just want to try this, want to see this rejection here, see if sellers can do something. Looking for something just tiny, small little retracement back.
Well, yeah, I mean, I at the same time, I'm a market selector, and if I was favoring shorts at this point, it would be the Russell. So even though I'm in longs, I'm not in longs in the Russell. At least here, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm hoping we can trade back. The midpoint of the prior day in the ES is my target. It's 69.81, which is just the middle of yesterday.
CES.
Yeah, so it's just barely above this morning's swing high. If we got up to 69.90s, I'd look for a fade into the close. I don't think we're going to get stretched further than 69.92 area. But if we get there, I want to see an extended move back up because it just didn't seem like there was another group of sellers for me outside of this morning yet. But I do think.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I agree. Like, it's kind of just, we had the morning move, which was beautiful. And then it's kind of just been sideways action for the entirety of the day. And it just seems like we might get some chop tomorrow. And then market looks to be waiting for that CPI print result. So,
Yeah.
yep.
Stream B, I saw your comment about the green streak. No, my green streak ended, man. It ended. It finally came to an end at 46 days. It was due. It was due though. Jack, you had a nice long on gold there.
Yeah, just I mean, I high and tight. I really like the levels we bounced off of. I had, I mentioned on the stream, I think a day or two ago, this 50-40 level in gold, and we've continued to just hold that. And then today, if you look at that morning move down, it was right to 50-40 and right back up. I mean, it was a flash of a candle. There was a lot of whippy volatility this morning. You had $68 range in 5 minutes on that touch of the 58.40. And then once it kind of just broke out, it just had a wedge breakout later in the day. So, I mean, I got my stop at break even, just once again, just kind of hoping for us to take out those swing highs. And once we do, get out of these trades and book some of these gains.
There you go. Love that.
Jack, what was
NASDAQ.
your? Go ahead, Joey.
No, you're
Sorry.
good. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna ask him what was your target again for ES for your longs?
My ES is 69.81. I can bring it in here now.
Okay. I have 69.80. I mean 69.80.75. I just that's where I would expect a reject. That's the 0.618 on the day if you draw fibs from, the high to the low. That is where we rejected off of before around like 12:30. So just be a little bit cautious going into that. I mean, it's the same level you have just to tick off, but yeah, that's a good target.
Well, let's hope we get it. My fingers are crossed. Not much
I
for
thought
me
it
to
might have
do.
been a little higher, and I was gonna say just, it might not be a bad idea to be a little bit more conservative, but you're
Yeah,
on the
it's just
money with it.
anytime. I mean, I'm long the Dow too. So a lot of times if I have correlated positions like long ES, long NQ, or long Dow, I try not to stretch both of my targets. It's just like I need to bank something. But if I was just long the ES and not long this Dow as well, I would be probably up at 69.91. My confidence level of us going there is pretty high. However, like I said, being long both ES and YM, I don't need to be stretching for larger targets on both of these moves. I'd like to take some off the table and let the rest of the day play out. We got an hour and a half here. And a lot can happen. It's been a volatile day. It's been a two-sided trade. I thought the short this morning, that's a harder trade for me to personally hit. Because I'm, typically looking for trend continuation, and you had that aggressive move higher, rejection just above that prior day high, and the market order sell is so like it's just like every the 5-minute chart just was straight down. There was really not a pullback higher to sell into, as opposed to like this structure that you see built during the day to the long side. You have highs that are bid or offered and then bid back up. So there was some structure for me to actually position myself in some decent longs, as opposed to when you had that fast move down. That's not a trade that I'm very good at. Is really getting in extremely aggressive moves, straight one way.
Mm. Jack, you're more of a trend trader, right? Do I remember that right?
I mean, I like to believe I'm on the side of the trend, right? But that's it's all relative to what your assumption is on what the trend is, because I will, sometimes take both sides of the market in a day, but I often go into the day with an overall bias of where I think that market is going. And then sometimes it's just, even if I think we're going higher or lower from a position, I'm going to wait for us to actually trade lower to buy long, as opposed to trying to short into a support level,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, even like, gold, I mean, a lot of these markets like gold had great short opportunities today, but my bias on gold is long. So I'm just going to, instead of trying to hit the short and the long, I just try to hit the long.
Yeah.
It looks like you're doing a good job.
We'll count it. We'll count it when it goes to target. Anytime I think I have a trade, for good, and then I, don't take the target, don't take my target, or eye off the ball, like middle of the day. You guys ever get like lazy on positions where you kind of like you feeling good about them and you walk away from the desk? And
Never.
Really, really?
Nope.
Oh, man.
I my positions like a hawk.
Yeah.
There's times where I've done that, where I mean I've entered a position and I was like, you know what, like I'm feeling really good. It's usually when I am in a good like amount of profit in the trade and I feel good about having my stops where they are and targets, and I'm already in the money in the trades. I'm like, okay, I can let this play out and walk away. But majority of the time, like my trades are usually somewhat quick. Like I don't go for huge trades. I mean, on the NASDAQ, a lot of my trades can be anywhere from like 20 to 30, maybe 40 points. So it just kind of depends on like what my trade is. If I'm going for a higher target and I'm sized down on it, then yeah, I can usually get up and let it ride.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, I guess my hold time might be a little longer than you guys. So if I could be in positions like I've been in this ES position for a while, this YM position I have not been in for a while. But that ES position is actually from the original pullback at 12 o'clock, which that was a while ago. So I've been in that trade for 2 hours.
I think I'm right there with you, Jack. I like to get in and hold until my target comes. And I don't care if it takes 5 minutes or if it takes 2 hours. I'll hold it.
Stop hunter, I trade both personal and prop.
Me as well.
Just prop for me. Seeing a little bit of divergence here between ES and Q. NQ looks like it broke above the 10 a.m. high, and ES really is nowhere near it. I mean, it still needs another 15 points from here to take out that 10 a.m. high.
I do not like that selling.
This is like, I mean, if we have any ICT people in the chat, I've been really trying hard and honing into like pointing out or being able to point out SMTs on the chart. So if someone in the chat does trade SMTs, let me know if this would be considered one.
No. I think it would be.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it.
Well, it's just a new high. I prefer to look at the SMT between the ES and NQ as opposed to the Russell and the.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's just not correlated enough.
Okay, so some people in the chat are saying, yeah. A bish, whether it's useless or not, they work. I mean, I don't really know much about ICT. I don't trade ICT, but when it comes to these SMTs, they work. I like the divergence, being able to spot divergence.
I occasionally scale out of positions, but rarely.
TP or nothing. Get that tatted.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't have any tattoos, and I'm not starting with that one.
Let's put that on some t-shirts.
TP
or nothing.
TP or nothing. I love that.
Nah, that's a good one.
It's a dangerous mentality.
Salma, so I'm moving my stop, so I'm like I'll manage my like downside, I guess, and then I'll just try to capture. Like if we stall for like an extended period of time, I'll just take it off. I mean, I've been day trading for a long time. I have well over 10,000 hours of screen time, so I just feel like I kind of know what things look like enough to just manage positions without like scaling, but nothing against it. I mean, you just got to find out what works for you. I mean, there's definitely trades I should have scaled out that I just don't, but I don't know. It's just my style.
Yeah, I hear you on that, Jack.
Yeah, they might wonder. You rocking the bun again today, Salma?
Yeah.
No hat.
No hat for me. Sorry, guys. I don't think I'll ever be part of the hat gang. I don't particularly love hats.
I dress up for the morning show. That's what I do.
I do too. I dress up for every show.
I'm not dressed up right now.
I try to come on camera and look decent.
I'm hat gang for life.
Never.
I need a NinjaTrader hat. Do we have one of those? I need to get one.
I think they do have one of those. Dress up as a poop-like farm.
Ooh.
I don't think anyone can pull that off better than farm, so I'm not even gonna try.
I think Jim's the best dressed here at Ninja. He's always looking fancy.
He's so funny because yesterday, we were on stream. Was that yesterday? Yeah, I think. I don't know, guys. The days are all jumbled up. But anyway, no, I didn't do, what am I saying? No, I wasn't even on stream yesterday, but I tuned in. Okay. My point is I tuned in. He was on stream. He closed out the trade the close stream. And then like 10 minutes later, he posted that video on Twitter. He like couldn't wait to go outside and spend some time in the sun.
Yeah, I did not know that Jim lives in the Caribbean. What is it? South Carolina, North Carolina? Where is he again?
Florida, I think. He's in
Florida?
Florida.
He's in
Pretty
Florida?
sure.
No, he's not in Florida.
Oh, no, I lied. There you go.
North Carolina. Yeah, I did not know North Carolina looked like that. Oh, there's South Carolina. All right.
South.
Charleston. A lot of history there.
I've never been to any of these states.
I know you don't leave New Jersey. We found this out.
Trust me, I would love to leave New Jersey, but I'd like to come back
I
to it
wouldn't
as
be
well.
surprised if you tell me you've never been on a plane.
No. Hell yeah, I have. For sure. For sure.
Do
The
you
last
guys-
trip I went to was out of the country. It was just
Do
been
you
so
guys like
long.
flying? I do. It's like my biggest fear.
Fear?
Yeah, I do. I hate flying, bro.
What are you afraid of?
It's like out of my control, I think is what it is. Like
I think you should be more scared of being in a car than a plane.
Oh man, I don't know, bro. I don't know.
I mean, statistically, yes. But living in Chicago, I'm more scared to walk outside.
Jack. Oh God.
I can't walk around with headphones on and a hood up, okay? Yeah,
Dude,
no, I
that
wouldn't
was
say
funny.
as a kid I definitely was. I've had some scary instances on planes. I've had emergency landings. Yeah.
I
So,
fly to Mexico in a couple weeks, and I'm just like terrified of the flight over.
just get your
I just don't know
prescribe you some Xanax.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to sleep, buddy.
Yeah. That's the way to go. And my dad used to fly all the time for work, and he like will not do it now. I felt so bad. He would like fly like 3 times a week. I'm like, I don't know how you do that. Also, just the airport just feels gross. Personally, I'm like, that's one of my motivations if I ever get like super wealthy. I'm like, I just want to fly private. Like, I don't really need an insane, like I don't
That's
need,
so bougie.
like, no, I'm just saying, like, that's like,
Bro.
there will be signs, okay? We're ripping the PJs. We're ripping the PJs.
You gonna own your own PJ?
No, unless I come across a lot of money. I'm fancy with, just chartering them. I'm fancy with that, but owning the PJ is a whole different level of wealth than renting a PJ.
Well, okay, you said what you do with money. I think if I had like enough money and enough time, I would probably want to learn how to fly. Like I would definitely go to flying school. They're just so expensive. Stupid amount of money.
I'll sit that one out.
Joe,
Yeah,
you
you're
should
not gonna learn how
literally
to
be
fly.
more scared. You should literally be more scared of
But
a fire.
Salma, if you learn how to fly and have your own plane, who is going to pump the gas in the plane?
Dude, I don't know. I think they might have people who do it in Jersey. There's no way people pump their own gas.
And in their
I'm not doing
airplane? How long does it take to pump a plane with gas?
I don't know.
I don't know. I've never filled my plane up.
I have no idea. 212XL, it is expensive. If
There's
we're just
gotta be
like
pilots in here. I feel like pilots.
there
are like
is. Someone
leaders.
just said in the chat that they're a pilot.
Okay.
But like to learn to pick up a hobby, this would just be a hobby. Like I would just do it for funsies. That would be an expensive hobby. So yeah, definitely is expensive. And no, I do not pump my own gas, Eric. I live in New Jersey. We have gas attendees. Thank
It's actually
God.
illegal for her to pump her own gas.
Yeah. That is probably the best law in Jersey.
I mean, you got a lot of laws in New Jersey, so
It's probably
Add 'em
one
to
of the best
book.
ones.
Laws and taxes.
Money for Nothing says, Joey, what about roller coasters? That's a hard no for me too.
Oh my God, Joey, what is going on?
I
Man,
don't.
Joey, I'm starting to think that you're
You're
a
a
big
scaredy cat.
wuss. You are
Yeah.
a wuss.
By the way, I also just went short ES. I just want to try and play this divergence that I was talking about earlier.
I hope you get stopped out. I'm not even
Just
nice
no,
on this
chill,
one.
chill. I'm not going for a huge win. I just want a little something. Dude, you're
Uh,
up so much. Let the little guys eat too.
how did I get my entries? So the YM, if you look at, I mean, I can blow each one of these up here. This breakout here, this is just a retest of a breakout. And we also had, when we broke through this low, I just counted, a lot. I say this a lot, but I'll just we broke that low, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bars down. We're at support. I got long, and I've been holding since, looking for us to take out the highs of this morning. That might take till close, it looks like right now. So that was my theory there, at least. And I'm so afraid I'm always gonna X out of one of these. And then I'll go to the ES. So the ES, this bid higher, I actually took this position on this candle, and we retested my entry. This is where I got lazy. I said I get lazy sometimes. I wanted to take profits up here, but I actually had cleaning people at my home, and so I had escaped from my desk while they cleaned it, and then this all happened, and I was doing some things. And the market moved against me, and I just came all the way back to my entry, which I didn't really like. But that was based off of just, once again, retesting the breakout area this morning. It was also the midpoint of the leg, and my anticipation that we would get back up the highs. Now, I am getting a little impatient up here as we stall. I am going to start tightening my stop up. I'm not going to let this move up against me. And now, because Salma is short and she's trying to take me down, I need to defend this position and not let this retrace. Because if we don't get this breakout up here, this is a second stall. We're stalling up here for more than 30 minutes. That makes me believe there's enough stops built up. And then for gold here, I bought on this pullback here. It wasn't even a great entry, to be honest. And these bars are really losing steam here. So I don't think we're going to get that stretch of a target I have at this point in time. The rejection from the top is making me reassess where I'm anticipating this to go. So if we do swing back up these highs, I'm going to be moving my targets down just because of the action here. We're not going to get up to 51.37. We don't have enough expansionary bars up here. These bars are just overlapping, retesting the support. But yeah, those are my trades right now. So yeah, boost it. Give me some likes for breaking those down. We're at 140. I want to see that up at 170 at least.
I don't think they could see your mouse moving, which is weird because I could see it on my end. I could see it on my end.
I got it. I know I'm gonna get yelled at for turning my crosshairs on right now. I guess they're on for some and not on for others. I don't know why that always is resetting, but I gotta make sure I save that.
Okay, hold on. I gotta address this from the earlier conversation because I said Joey Joey hates fun. Guys.
Whoever said that is funny as hell.
Guys, listen, I do like fun. I'm a certified scuba diver. I'll dive 100 feet in the ocean, okay? 100 feet down. So I do some edgy stuff. That's about it.
So wait, let me get this straight.
Yeah.
You're okay with diving into the ocean, which we have only discovered a small percentage of. We don't even know what's in the ocean.
Joey is in the ocean.
But you're afraid of flying, which is, like Eric said earlier in the chat, it is statistically one of the safest ways to travel. Make it make sense.
I'm not afraid. It's just, what am I just
it's a control
fish?
Wait, would you say? Wait, Joey, what? What'd you say about the?
Am I supposed to be scared of fish?
Shade.
Okay, don't let the fish hear you. Don't let a shark hear you.
Don't let a shark hear you.
I
Baby
swam.
shark, do 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 do.
I
Baby shark,
dove with
do do.
lemon sharks like last year.
Yeah.
I dove with
I
whale sharks. Scary experience. Had a panic attack. Um, would not recommend. I got ran over by a whale shark head on, and I immediately like had to turn my body, dump my snorkel underwater, started choking on seawater, had a panic attack, and then had to go back to the boat.
Jack, you just said all that like it was a story.
It is a story. It's a real thing. It happened to me. I got pics. Uh,
You guys are something else. I don't like that the Russell's still pushing. Like, stop.
lemon flavored shark.
Yeah.
They have those. Sounds good. Lemon flavored shark fin soup.
They were actually big sharks. They're about 13 feet long. Lemon pepper shark.
Okay.
Let's go.
Well, that's why I moved my stop up.
I might actually squeeze a short on gold if we come back within
Well, I am
Whoa.
surprised my freaking gold. I need to move my
105.
YM stop. That was exactly what I was afraid of.
That was beautiful.
What are you saying, Trump? I wouldn't think we're going to get much more than this, but this is just a one tick down.
Chill, B. We need more.
I'm just
Apple.
saying, don't stretch for it.
Craig
It's gonna be
says
a
Apple hits
hammer in your
snags with
face.
long delayed attempt to launch new Siri.
That's
That's
a
it.
hammer in your face. That's not going lower. That's it. Take your profits.
Gold is getting me a little interested.
Good job, Jude. No, I still have my position open. Like to see lower. I don't like that they just bought this back up.
It's a nonsense headline.
I agree. I do agree with you on that.
But that's like one of my rules. I moved my stop up. We started going sideways there for 25 minutes. I mean, I wouldn't have felt bad, although we were right back to basically where I got stopped out, which is fine. When you start stalling, you got to move that stop up instead of seeing that, had I had a stop lower, it's like be aggressive with your stop. I was very aggressive with my stop there right below, that consolidation low. Didn't feel like I needed anything more than that and liquidated down another, I don't know, 8+ points maybe from where I got stopped out.
Yeah, I think we get moving if the Russell can get on board.
Well, the Russell's such a like weak index. I mean, in a sense that like there's just not a lot of money in the Russell. I forgot how much bigger the NASDAQ is than the Russell, but it is significant. Like as far as total value. Somebody probably can Google that and let us know, but we'll see. Also, sometimes when we have things like that, I'll go back to my handy dandy rule and be like, well, I don't have a position from that move. And so I kind of want to see how this plays out. But if we're inside that bar in the next 25 minutes, I would imagine that the rest of the day is going to be pretty boring.
Cooper says, make Russell great again.
That's what Salma's doing right now.
You know what? The Russell, I don't quite understand it because sometimes it moves super clean, like this morning, and then other times it's just so freaking trappy. It's a toughie. But this was my trade earlier. I'll show you guys, go over it. 30-minute time frame, I was starting to see this pattern set up. This 30-minute candle at 9 o'clock was an inside bar, and so I said I want to see which side gets taken out first. Actually, faked us out a little bit, and then I started to see us come down, and so I took it based off of this fib level here that I have. This was a rejection. And yeah, I covered way too early and then it just continued to drop without me. But it was nice. It was nice to see. This was here where I covered here, somewhere around here. I was expecting some buyers to step in. They did not. And they continued to just drop this lower. And it was just had to sit here and watch that happen. So yeah. And now we wait and see what this short does on both ES and the Russell. Guys, wait, Jack, are you out of everything?
No, I just got stopped out of my ES. I didn't get stopped. I'm still in the YM and very close, but I'll move my stop below that swing low in the YM. But I don't even remember where I had my ES stop. I think it was like around like 72, 69, 72. So hour left. I don't really, probably not going to take another entry because
Yes,
I
you
don't
are.
think, no, I'm not. There's really not like anything. I mean, sure, if we get slammed in the NASDAQ down for like 80 points, I will, but I don't see the rest of the day having like in any extreme moves right now. With enough time to make like complete a target. I mean, the trades I would be taking would be very, very small time frame trades. You know, because I mean, we have an hour left.
Yeah, I really do think we start to get moving if the Russell can get on board here.
I'm taking a short entry on gold, actually. I'm
You
short
guys are
one.
all you're just hunting me now. I feel
I'm
hunted.
I'm short 108 on gold.
The Nasdaq is much stronger here than either of these markets that I'm trading, at least. Had a little SMT in the NQ on that high with the NQ breaking a new highs at 225 and the ES not yet following through, but the Nasdaq is heading back up there. The Nasdaq is currently at the midpoint of the prior day. That level is 25,323. So that is the middle of the yesterday's action. 24-hour session.
The SMT is still holding. Just don't like that, we dropped and then buyers stepped in.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the last legs we've had here on the Russell, they have been just to the upside. The last leg down we had was at 1 o'clock, and we've surpassed that high. I'd like to see us crack 68s, and then in the Russell, if I was going to short it, I'd need to see it move below 68 first, and then jump on it. Wait, Salma, did you say you shorted the ES?
I am short ES, yeah, from 75.
Oh, okay. Are you short the Russell too?
I am short the Russell from 73. So red on the Russell and then green on ES.
Short in the
Russell's
baskets.
yeah, not something I really do all the time, but like I said before, that SMT looked good on ES. And then it seems like we I know you guys don't really believe in this, but it looks like a slight double top here. Just want to see what happens. And then, we have that 0.618 fib level. Just testing it out. But we need to get rid of these November highs. Like we're just clinging on to this 70 area on ES. Like there's no tomorrow. I'm not in love with the lack of follow through either. Like we start to drop and then, buyers step in and vice versa. Shapcap says she's fading Jack. I don't want to fade Jack, but Jack is in every single market at all times.
I'm not in the Russell.
This is true. The Russell's not working out for me though, right now. right now?
Yeah, I mean, say the price is going to price is going to drop on you. Chris, it might. I never pretend like I know it's going to happen. I'm just playing what probabilities and experience and protecting my capital.
Could say that again.
Trader 007, how you doing, man?
Jonathan says it's very hard to see white candles on the white background. Jonathan, I'm going to go ahead and call cap on what you just said because my background is like a grayish.
It's
And
actually eggshell white.
yeah, thank you very much. No, I'm joking. I think it's so easy to see it. I know you guys hate on the white background just fine, but I definitely think you can see the candles. It's called London Mist. I gotta look that up.
Russell
Yeah.
is starting to look weak here for you.
Yeah, the Russell, we were at the weekly open, and then again, I have a fib level. I've been stacking fibs all day long, guys. So like my charts look a little crazy. My charts have been looking a little crazy with all these fib levels. But so far it's working. So what I did here, I don't know if my chart is up. Okay, cool. So what I did here, let me remove my indicators. Wait. Okay, this 0.786 fib level that I have right here is from this 10 a.m. imbalance candle. You see how we had this really big sell-off and then, price started to consolidate. We've just been inside of this candle the whole time. So what I do is when I'm looking for a rejection or if I'm looking for a bounce, I will just draw my fibs. So these fibs I drew from the high to the low, and that gives me my rejection point. And, we didn't quite tap right into it, but it's pretty close. We were 1 point away. And then it also helps that the weekly open is here as well. So just gonna wait and see if the Russell can give me what I want. And I really do think that if the Russell starts moving, then so will NQ and ES. And we'll stop having this lag of, consolidation and just doing nothing. Bless you.
I'm down
Bless
and
you.
out over here. Joey said he was sick. I think I am also sick. I'm sneezing up a storm over here. Somebody asked me a question. Do you have a threshold distance to say you might have missed a move on NQ? No, I never even thought
Whoa.
about that. So
My
there's
gold
always a
target
move.
just got smashed, by the way.
Nice. There's always a move to be had. And I don't chase moves. I look at the market at the speed of which it's moving and then basically try to trade on that speed. If we're in a more of a consolidation market, then I'm going to be much more patient for lower edges of the ranges trades. If I see us aggressively catching a bid, I'm going to be moving up my bids with the market at the momentum of which I'm anticipating it to trade. But there's no size move where I'm like, oh, I'm like the Nasdaq's up, 200 points right now. I don't think I have a trade because we're up 200 points. That's not really how my mind works. I would just say we're up 200 points. We're clearly getting bid. My question is this a bid that's going to hold or is it something I want to fade?
Spore, I was short gold at 108 and it came down and hit my target at 102. So we squeezed about 6 points on gold there. Kyron, I built a strategy and NinjaTrader on IB breakouts of confluences tested with 1 year of data, seeing great results. What IB trades do you like more, breakouts or fades? I like the failed auctions on the IB levels. Just as an example here, I'll go over to NQs. I really prefer the failures. So like if we go up and just say breakout above IB high, on NAS and then find weakness above the IB and come back down, and I'll look for shorts. I like the failed auctions in that sense. It's been my bread and butter for quite some time, and I feel like I get better, just overall better trades, quality trades when I take those. But I have taken breakout and continuations where we do break out, like say above IB high and come back down and retest, right? So say we break out here and then come back down, get a retest of IB high, take the long and ride and continue riding. It just very much depends on the context of the day. Generally, like I asked Jack earlier if he was more of like a trend trader. Um, I would consider like I'm more of a range trader just because I like the initial balance. I like us to stay within the initial balance, try to get those breakouts, fail it, come back within. That's been my bread and butter strategy for some time. So fading those levels have been key for me.
Really like how the 15-minute time frame looks like on ES. Just hope this continues down lower. Nice hourly close. Let's see the hourly. That is an ugly hourly close, I'm not gonna lie. But thanks for pointing that out. We are at the 9 EMA on the Russell on the hourly. So hopefully we can get that reject now. Just being so damn strong.
Just kind of floating.
Yeah, it's being annoying. It's testing my patience, I feel like. That should have been what you should have longed, Jack.
Should it have? From the
Shoulda.
lows, I should have bought the 115 low.
Yeah, how dare you not know?
Yeah, I love hindsight. Makes me feel really good. Should have done that.
Should have shorted the highs too.
Yeah, I should have got short the open.
The shoulda strat. It's funny.
Kyron, yeah, you could test it out and find a way to, if it works for you. I would say just everybody has their own strategies that fit their, I call it trading personality. So if you find yourself trading breakouts better than failures, I mean, stick with it, right? No need to fix it if it's not broke. But I mean, you could back test the failures and see if they work for you.
I don't know who Matt McCuster is, but people tell me I look like Colin Jost often.
I looked it up. You look nothing like him. Like Matt.
Matt McCuster? Yeah. I mean, maybe not. I'll look it up. Later, but depends on probably what I'm wearing. I'm in my bum gear right now. I got my bum hat on. R stands for risk.
Somebody in the chat earlier in the stream said your hat looked comfy.
Yeah. No, it's basically a carpet hat. It's very warm. Nice cover on that GC, man. We did not get much continuation down below through that.
No. I put my TP just below. Let me go back on MGC here. We had some lows there on the smaller time frame at, was it 103, 104-ish. And so I wanted to see if we could get that sweep below there. And man, it swept and popped right back up. But also, it was kind of an IB play there too. I mean, us trying to get back below IB high there on gold. But yeah, so far it got the sweep and then popped right back up and is trying to hold it, but we'll see. It was a real quick wick down to TP for and then just bounced right back.
Yeah. It's nice. I mean, gold's, it's tradable right now. The chart doesn't look like it's moving that much, but like I'm running and my ATR has it at 8.7 right now. Um, those are still pretty big moves.
Mm-hmm.
Forever. I mean, every 5 minutes on a mini, that's, $800. But yeah, we're kind of, they say don't short a dull market. That's kind of what it feels like to me right now. It just kind of feels dull. A young Will Ferrell, huh? Never got that one either. I'm glad that the guy who saw me at dinner last night didn't tell me I look like a young Will Ferrell, and instead told me I look like Jack Gleason. And I was like, you know what? That's funny because I am.
You look like you.
You know, you know, by chance you look like that guy. I'm like, I am that guy. That's me. All right, we're just gonna play the Jack looks like game. If I pulled up pictures of me when I was 18, you guys would have a hoot. We're gonna make that my ninja. If we get to stream over it, well, I mean, we're kind of low on the likes right now, but I will submit that to the studio if we get up over 500, which is a big ask.
We have 742 people watching.
Yeah, we got enough people watching, but I will submit that to studio to embarrass myself.
We should have 742 likes.
The baby traders. I have a picture of me 18 years old at my desk trading, like one of my first trade desks. It's literally like a computer laptop and like an old Sony computer or an old Sony TV as my external monitor that I had in my dorm room. And that photo is from 2008. Somewhere in the archives. Yeah, some people just like the view. They don't like to spread the love. I'd appreciate if you spread the love, give us the likes. What we're trying to do here at NinjaTrader is continuously grow this channel. The bigger this channel gets, the more things we're going to be able to offer you. They've put us in charge of recruiting. And this, honestly, we ask for the likes because it pumps us on the algorithm. That's how it works. That's how it works.
I didn't even know that. I just think the likes are cool.
Really? You just thought yeah, no, that's why the likes and subscribes pushes the channel out to more viewers, and that's what we desire. Maybe I'm dropping something I shouldn't be dropping, but like that's how it works.
The views have been on the up and up though. It's been cool to see the streams gain some traction like that, getting more and more people in here.
Yeah. Pretty soon I'm gonna need a security detail.
So funny.
Jack, I will say you reminded me, like I had a similar moment like that when I went to Miami for the trader event down there. And I had a few people come up and be like, "Hey, you're Joey from YouTube." I'm like, "Yep, that was me." It's a cool feeling.
Yeah. No, it's kind of surreal for sure. So like in 2012, I was on this show called Tasty Trade.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if Salma, you probably may have heard of Tasty Trade.
Yeah, isn't it a broker?
Well, yeah, they turned into a broker, but when I was on them, they were just a show. But Tom Sosnoff, the guy who founded it, started Thinkorswim as well. Like he's a Chicago G, not 9-figure, maybe 10-figure guy, but 2 multi-billion-dollar exits. But anyway, so I was on a show with me and him, and so I started getting recognized back then, and that was 14 years ago. And but like I haven't really had too much of a public persona. I've always had my little trade room, but I don't really like advertise my own stuff. I just kind of like keep to myself. But yeah, being on Ninja definitely gets the eyeballs to you. What are your thoughts on algorithmic trading? I actually run fully automated systems that I've built, but I mean, it's a big topic. You're competing against algos, and I think you need to be aware of that. There's strategies that can be fully automated, and especially like I have a lot of friends in Chicago that work at desks that are primarily fully automated desks, and they're just, I don't know exactly, but like market making desks. I have a friend of mine who's head of engineering at Optiver, runs 80 engineers for their global team. And he told me that his team is responsible for $16 billion, 16 to $25 billion a day or something like that. I was like, it's kind of a lot. And that's really something you can only do automated.
Tyron, I see your question. How do you figure failed auctions? Is it purely based on PA? So the technical term failed auction would be a 30-minute closure back within IB, right? And it can happen at any point in the day. But if you have a 30-minute candle that closes back within IB, that would be a technical failed auction. However, I don't wait for the 30-minute closures. I try to anticipate on, say, a 5-minute. It really just depends on if we're testing key levels along with IB and we see some really heavy, just take IB high, for example. If we're testing IB high and a key level up there and we see some aggressive selling come into the market there, I'll anticipate a failed auction, say like on a 5-minute time frame, and that's when I'll take the short. A lot of times when I wait for the 30-minute candle closure, a lot can happen on the Nasdaq in a 30-minute time frame, and so I could miss the move if I do wait for a 30-minute closure. So a lot of times I like to look at the 5-minute to see if there is some aggressive selling coming in at those levels.
So good question in the chat here that I have a good answer to. Somebody asked me why I got long the weakest of the triad. So I assume they're talking about the Dow. But depends on how you're defining the weakest, because over a 5 and 20-day period, the Dow is actually the best performer. It's outperformed the ES, the NASDAQ, and the Russell. So I pay attention to more than just the day. I mean, the Dow is breaking through all-time highs. So it may be the weakest here today, but it is in fact the strongest. So sometimes, I'm always looking at multiple things. I'm not just considering what's in front of me on any given day. I'm considering what's been in front of me over the last 20 days. You really got to be thinking outside the box outside of just looking at a 5-minute chart and going, oh, like this is all the information I need when you're making your trading decisions. You really should be looking at a lot of things and taking them into your consideration and having mental notes of where markets are. Mm. Are we all still in our positions? Joey's out. Joey hit the quick banger. I'm chilling. We are dead in the water here with 50 minutes left to go.
Yeah.
I'm still in my shorts on ES and the Russell. Again, Russell, I'm in some drawdown for 2 points. And then on ES, green 10 points. So still in both. Although the Russell, I'm not loving too much here.
I'm ready for Jim to come on and tell me I did a good job. The old pat on the back.
Jim is honestly the best. He is great.
Jim is the GOAT.
Positive guy.
Okay, wait. There's a couple questions in the chat. Key Nova, you're welcome. I was always afraid. Yeah, don't be afraid. Honestly, I like the 5-minute time frame. I won't go lower than 5 minutes. Maybe some days on trend days I do the 3-minute, but like typically I don't go any lower than the 5. 5 is a safe, time frame to take trades off of, in my opinion. Salma, are you looking for a retest of today's lows? I don't think so, no. I do have a pretty aggressive, TP on ES here. Just want to see if selling can pick up some steam. I don't want to get caught in that, that news candle we got not too long ago and then get stopped out. So I did lower it a bit. I'll just, manually push my stops lower in profit. But I don't think we get new lows. I mean, unless something changes from now.
Yeah,
from now until close, but I doubt it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the no new low today.
Yeah, we had a
Ball
couple
has
chances.
contracted.
Yeah, we had a
Relatively
couple of
asymmetric.
chances, but it
Yeah.
just sellers gave it up. It was looking good a few times there. On the 15-30 minute time frame, looked like we were gonna make new lows, and then every single time buyers would step in. So no, I
Yeah.
don't think we get those new lows.
New sellers absolutely shut off past the first hour.
Yeah, yeah.
Nasdaq's just gone nowhere. It has stayed put.
Oh, starting to get boring.
15-minute on ES closed as an inside bar. Looks like did they take out the low? No, they didn't take it out yet, but looks like they want to. I do have stops just above it. I don't want to give back any profits here. Luca, I've used Trade Sinker. I think that's yeah, Trade Sinker. You are all brave to be trading in this ranging market. I mean, the market has given us some opportunities.
Yeah, this market doesn't scare me.
Yeah, me neither. But it's annoying though because it's just like a lack of follow through on everything. I'm gonna
Yeah.
exit. I'm gonna get out of my Russell shorts here. Just
I mean, I think the important thing a lot of times with trading is just like you have to have realistic expectations. We're not going to have great clean moves every day. The market is messy often of the time. And when the market is incredible and markets are incredible, like you got to be spending probably more time trading them than you do. But if the market's not moving, like a lot of days are really no continuation, not trend days. They're backing and filling. That's how these markets trade. And I think like once you accept that, it makes it a little less frustrating that is the reality of the market. You don't get those clean moves every day a lot of times, and like I'm always thinking about like where are people going to get stopped out so I can get in, like especially on days like that I think are going to be choppy or like your entries are realistically where you think other traders are getting screwed. And you
yeah.
kind of got to be thinking like that.
Beware of the doji candle. Nah, that doji ain't got nothing on my position. I'm joking. Let me not say that and then they take me out. Just kidding. Come on, yes, do something.
Oh, we got Nick in the chat.
What's next, saying? Good morning. Sir, it's 3 o'clock.
Nick had a late one with the baby.
Apple Bottom Jeans says, I'm new here and already a big fan. Thank you for tuning in.
Love that.
Love the name.
Welcome.
Boots with the fur.
Dude,
Yeah, I was
Apple
about to finish it. You beat me to it.
Apple Bottom Jeans.
The whole club was looking at her.
Jack.
Oh, I feel like you ever seen those like Peloton clips or where like they're reading the names in the chat and they get like caught up with people pranking them. Happy birthday, like really inappropriate name. I don't know if you guys Peloton, but I feel like Nick might Peloton with me. It's been a long time. More of a COVID thing for me, but
Still seeing NQES diverge here. NQ holding on to its 9 EMA on the 15-minute. It's trying to push up. ES is below its 9 EMA on the 15-minute, and it's trying to push down.
I think we need algo time. We need Kane to come in here and announce algo time.
We still got 30 minutes.
I'm
Honestly, just close the market. I'm tired of this.
Well, no, they're about to actually, in fact, open more markets. How do you guys think about these single stock futures? I haven't seen the list of the stocks coming out. I mean, I could guess a few of them, but
Just more ways to get retail liquidated.
I'm excited for it. I
I
don't.
I'm
actually am
not.
too.
I could honestly, I could care less. Like, I don't think it will have a bearing on my trading. I guess it would be cool to just have the option to trade other stuff, but I mean, Jack,
Well,
you'll love it though, because you trade everything.
I don't know. I mean, that's going to be a lot to watch. I mean, I do watch like bigger levels on things like Nvidia,
Yeah.
Apple, Google. Like I do mark them up on the daily chart.
Mhm.
Um, and so maybe I'll play them when they trade those levels, like weekly levels, but it wouldn't be something that I would actively be seeking on a daily basis. I do wonder how it's going to impact movement, especially overnight. I wonder if what we're going to see in terms of any change or increase in volatility or maybe decrease in volatility. I really don't know, but I'm interested to see that.
Well, we have Joe and Cooper both made really good points. It will be nice for the tax break, and then you'll be able to hedge positions in pre-market. So yeah, I guess there are a lot of pros. I guess for me, it really won't make a difference, I don't think. But having the option to trade other stuff will definitely be nice.
Mm.
We'll see. I say this now. Maybe things will change.
It's what, a 6x leverage product? From
Um, I didn't read anything about this,
which is
so
like basically portfolio margin.
just when you thought.
Options on 3x leverage ETNs.
How do you all handle where to put stops? You put the stops where you don't want to see us retrace back to.
You put the stops where the market doesn't go. No,
Yeah, it's literally just that simple. Just know exactly where the market is not gonna go back to.
um,
Um, Go ahead, Jack. You can answer.
yeah, so I base my stops on the average true range calculation that I have. So I measure the average true range over the course of a 10 bar period and then multiply that times 1.5 and then use that as an estimated expected move that the market's basically. I'm looking at the speed of the current market regime and then using that to calculate what I should anticipate the price action to be, and then kind of place limits and hope I'm right within that bit of margin. And that's actively changing.
Wait. You sit there and you do math and stuff?
No, I wrote a code to do it, but
Oh, okay. I was about to say you're talking about dividing and multiplying and doing this and doing that.
I'm just explaining how I come up with the final output. But yeah.
Got you.
Yeah. So like the NASDAQ right now, that would be 47 points. For the ES right now, that's 7.25. So that tells me what we're moving on average multiplied by, 1.5% or 1.5. So because like if we're moving, let's say on average, we're moving 10 points every 5 minutes. I like to give myself a little bit of wiggle room. So 10 points times 1.5 would be 15 and say that, my entry should be right within some deviation. And then I will change my size to try to like not, because if you're trading the NASDAQ, like, and we're moving, 115 points, 120 points every 5 minutes, that's a totally different market than the market you're trading right now.
Yeah, I like to base my stops off of the chart. Like, I know some people like to, do it based off of like the dollar amount. They have like a set dollar amount that they're risking every trade. I prefer to just base it off of the chart. So if it's 10 points, then it's 10 points. If it's going to be 5 points, then it's 5 points. But yeah, so like originally I had my stop at this 0.618, and then, I started to move it down, and I moved it down in profit now. We'll see if I get tapped out.
My stops are
YM,
more based off market structure. Like I look for a point of invalidation on structure, and it really depends on like how far it is. If market structure where I would say it's too far, I would probably go off point value. But if anything, I'm usually looking at key level, key lows or highs that would invalidate my trade. That is where I'd place my stop. What were you saying, Jack?
I said Dow's moving. Dow's peaking up. It's peaking up. I mean, we are really slowing down here, though. This is crawling speed. We are crawling. Retesting the low.
Boring.
Yeah. That's all right. That's why we're here. We're here to entertain.
I think I'm just gonna push my take profit a little bit higher. I don't know. I don't really expect too much out of this market right now.
Oh my goodness. I feel so sorry. I like sneezing into this microphone coming across your guys' speakers across the United States.
I've just been muting every time I cough or sneeze.
I'm not quick enough to it. It's like too much going on. I guess I can keep my finger on the mute button.
Jack, I hear you, dude. I've been battling a cold for like the past couple of days, and it kept me up like all night last night.
Maybe there's something going around the stream.
Maybe, I don't know.
Well, just contagious from the Zoom. I didn't know you could spread germs through Zoom, but it seems to be happening. Somebody asked me, is my style similar to TT Trades? I don't know anything about his style of trading. I don't honestly.
No, I don't
watch
think
other
I don't
people.
think you guys are I don't think you guys are the same.
I like to say I have my own style. I have my indicators on my screen are indicators I wrote. The strategy of which I execute is something that I've developed over the course of a long time of trading. And each little piece took me a couple years.
Yeah, I've watched some of his stuff. He's actually really, really good. And I tune into his segment on NinjaTrader. But I don't think you guys are the same.
Yeah, I've heard him speak. He's very well spoken. But I don't think we have the same style.
What's up, Pax?
Hey, we got Pax in the chat.
I'm about to be aggressive with this stop. I just don't want this coming back in. It's
John says a single stock futures will not have the same tax advantages. Okay.
did not know that.
Yeah, that's actually
Yeah.
good. I actually was wondering about that.
Yeah, whoever said that earlier in the chat, Joe, I would double check that.
I want to know who and how they got that tax law passed. My theory is like a bunch of old school Chicago guys on the take had some politicians back in the day and they just snuck it in. We can thank the old school pit guys in the CME for getting that tax bill. It's like, how did they get that in? Like, what was the reasoning? We're like,
ChatGPT.
yeah, I mean, ChatGPT, who I would like to know the senator who introduced the bill.
I bet you ChatGPT will tell you.
I got too
will
much
know.
going on when I'm streaming. I can't like search up things. I just like manage trades, check the chat.
Chat, are we in any trades right now? What are you guys doing? I love how the Russell is now starting to drop. Piece of shit. Waited for me to get out.
That's how it goes, don't you know?
Bro, it never fails.
Your position was being watched.
Yeah, my sim
Yeah.
position was being watched.
The market goes where the most pain flows.
Let's see. Give me TP and I can get out of this trade. It's been the longest trade ever. See, I don't mind holding trades for a long time, but I do hate watching like paint dry. This is one of those just like really boring holds.
Gold is really loving hanging out at 108, 109s.
King Charles IV. I got out of my Russell shorts. So if you're still in them, good job. That was awesome. And I just got out of my ES shorts as well at the weekly open. So Dunzo for me.
I'm about to get stopped out too.
Good trades.
Stopped on my trail. We got 30 minutes left. Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah,
I tell you
probably
what.
nothing else from me for the day.
If we get 26.62 in the Russell, I'll take it long. How about that? That's 10 points below, though.
26.62. I like that. That's actually like the top of like the demand zone that I have. I like it. We just got to see what we do at 66 first. New low a day on what? What's Shap Cap? What's the new low a day? Oh, we're gonna have a new low a day. I don't know. I don't want to say I don't want to say no. 'Cause never say never. But I don't think so.
That'd be a wild 30 minutes.
Randy says the market always, all caps, always moves where I wanted it after, all caps, after I'm out. Oh God. Yep, never fails. But no, that was good. I'm happy with that exit.
Sounds
So,
like you got a good strategy you need to figure out there.
yeah. We've been bouncing off of 69.57-ish. I mean, we bounced off of it so many times today. So watch to see if buyers can defend that into end of the day. If not, then Shabcap might be onto something. Might see lower. Yeah, T305. It would be cool if we pin here. Just close the day here. Not a bad place.
I would like longs from here, but there's no bangers left today. That's how I look at it. There's no bangers left today.
Yeah,
There's
I'm
you
with
know,
you.
you can like I like trades that I can run for a bit. And if I were to take a trade right now, I'd take NASDAQ long and I'd look for 26 points. And then I would it'd be 1-to-1s. Like that's how I see the rest of the day. It's all risk one to make 1 hour trades.
Yeah.
Which are great. 1 hour trades keep the lights on, but
Yeah. Bless you.
I tried to get to the mute. I couldn't get there. I was
Gotta be quicker than that.
well, no, because I have like one hand like trying to cover my mouth and like my other hand on my mouth, like I don't feel like I'm gonna just jerk and just like click the wrong thing. And next thing you know, I'll be in a position I don't want instead of muting myself. I need one of those like hotkeys, like the physical hotkeys, like ding. You guys have one of those?
No.
No.
I'm not cool enough. Or skilled enough. I also don't think I need it.
If this cold sticks around, I'm gonna need it.
Stockco. Yeah, I do trade options and I do use options flow and I do look at dark pool transactions. Yep, it's my MO. Are you new here? No, I'm joking. Yep, that's all I do.
Gold's making another stab down. Thing get below these 100s.
Yeah, I mean, I do think there's a chance we take out today's low tomorrow. Kind of looks like that to me as a possibility. We really need to. but I don't think it's getting taken out today. My 2 cents. You're going to be coming up on the previous low of the day here in the NAS and the ES. 69.57 area.
Well, Nasdaq's far from it, no? 197.
Yeah, but
Or
I'm just saying the ES is there.
oh, yes, okay. Yeah, that's where we keep bouncing off of.
Yeah.
Me actually draw some fibs.
Yeah. I mean, it's the midpoint basically of the leg from the low and the prior low of the day in the ES. And it, yes, has been where we have bounced from basically all afternoon long. But we are now coming into like a fourth test of this level. I would love this trade in Asia. I would take this trade if it was the 6 p.m. open, but that's because I could hold it.
Asia has not been fun lately.
It really hasn't. I've been taking a peek at the charts and it's just been kind of lackluster, especially on gold.
FBG says, should I hold 50% of my short NQ position overnight? What do you guys think? The fact that you have to ask just tells you that you need to just close that position. If you gotta ask someone what to do with your position, get out.
Sunday was fun for Asia. Or Friday, I mean, last Friday. So I can talk a little bit about these. These lines you see on the bottom of my screen are what I refer to as a trend bar down. So it's an oscillator, and when you see this blue bar up, that is, I refer to it as a trend bar up or a momentum bar up. And when you see a red bar down, that is a momentum bar down. So like in the YM, when we put this trend bar down here, I started tightening up my stop because it's been a dead market. So in this case, even though I was bullish, the YM, once we started, showing weakness here, I had aggressively trailed my stop up. My stop was below this low here, but after this bar, for example, in this trade, I moved it up to the low of that bar and just aggressively trailed. But I mean, I can mention it more when I'm using it. If we were to put in a trend bar up higher, I would maybe look for a pullback. But nothing I use in solely in a sense of that's the only thing that's influencing my decision. I use it as a momentum gauge, and I also use it as a safety backstop. If I find myself getting stopped out back to back in any one single market, I am typically fading the direction of what my indicator is telling me almost every single time. So if I take 2 stop outs in a row in the same market, I will look at that and be like, oh, okay, don't be dumb.
Okay, so real quick, I drew my fibs from low to high just to see like where we would bounce. And it seems like the 0.618 on ES is 61.75. So in my opinion, bulls would want to hold this. We do have weekly open right underneath as well as previous day low. So we do have some key levels here that bulls should protect. If we fail to do that, 48 is on the table, and that's not really something you would want to see going into the close if you're bullish.
20 minutes left.
20 minutes left, yep.
We got Kane coming in to remind us it's algo time here pretty soon.
Yep, buyers are trying. See, that was a good exit on those shorts.
It is not a NinjaTrader indicator. It is my indicator, and I will have it on NinjaTrader at the end of the month, I promise. But I will not be giving it out for free. Sorry.
Nate told you to stop gatekeeping.
Hey. Took me about a decade to design. I'll gatekeep it.
That's fair.
Really good buying here. Like the strength.
Like I told you, I'd have an entry here if we had more time with a 26-point target. There it is. But came right off that level. Same thing. Sellers just can't keep it down. You got to think about the momentum to the downside. How long did it take for us to get down there? And then 2 bars up, we just erased, like a half an hour of selling. Where is the path of least resistance? It's up.
Yeah, I mean, again, lack of follow through as well. Just super hard to continue holding your positions. Now ES is at November highs, back at that 70 level. See what we do there. If we get pinned somewhere between 60 and 80, I wouldn't be like surprised. Yeah, Sharp Cap, they sure did. Just got to see if they can continue holding that for the next 17 minutes. That's a long time, 17 minutes.
To be in timeout, it is.
You say that like you're speaking from experience.
You never got a timeout as a kid?
Never.
You were a princess.
No,
Wow.
no. That's not what that
Wow.
means. No, that's not something that ever happens in my household. I don't know. What the heck is a timeout? My parents are old school.
You
There's
go
no
sit in a
timeout.
corner.
Yeah, you go
Yeah.
sit in the corner. Not even like a timeout at school. I feel like
You
I
gotta
went to
face the
timeouts
corner.
at school.
Maybe
You know
in
what?
school.
I feel like you're that much younger than me that you don't even know what a timeout is. Like this is really showing a generational gap.
Oh, that's yeah.
No,
vibes coming out
no.
right now.
No, my
That's
parents are old school. They don't
crazy.
believe in that.
That's crazy. I led my entire school in detentions. Number 1, baby. I was an absolute delinquent child.
Golly. Timeouts. Go sit in the corner, and you got to face the corner too.
They used to make us sit against the wall in school. With like sit against the wall with our knees, like in that, like I don't know what position you would refer that, where your like knees are bent, your back is against the wall. It's like physically pretty intense. Like people do it for a workout.
Yeah, like the like wall chairs or something like that.
Yeah, wall chairs.
Yeah.
Randy, that's old school. Nowadays, you gotta go to jail. Wall sits. Old school. Yeah, whoopins. Now the only whoops kid knows are something you strap on your wrist to measure your heart rate. Or you subscribe to whoops on trading discords.
That's a WAP.
Whopping whoopins. When men used to go to war. Straight PTSD. Oh yeah. You got the enforcer there.
Just wait until your father gets home. It's funny.
Oh my God, 5 o'clock, I'm done for.
Oh my days. It was looking like we were gonna get an interesting close, and now back
It's
to
just
being
low
flat.
vol, just a
Yeah.
bounce. I mean, maybe we get something in the last 10 minutes, but like once again, that's why that ATR helps me set those expectations of what size move you're really gonna get, at least on a bounce. I mean, you could defend from here if you were long that low. That low should not get taken out. If it is, it's just gonna chop close and not worth it, which is definitely a good possibility. But yeah, I mean, that's why I just think if you're gonna take that trade, like, because it's been so tight, you just take a quick win if you get it.
Crip too high, it says, why is it that when I execute a buy or sell order on TradingView, linked to NinjaTrader, I can't set a target or stop loss? I'm using Tradeify. So a very easy way to do this is if you right click on your mouse. Oops, hold on. If you right click on your mouse, you should get something that says like sell or buy. So let's say you wanted to sell. You have TP and stop loss right here. You can just drag it up or down, whatever, whichever way you're going. You can just drag them, and that's how you do it. Very easy, actually. And then if you wanted to, you can also like use this as well. Do the order or the DOM, whatever you prefer. Takes a little bit getting used to, but it's very easy once you get the hang of it. It's 5 minute. Looks like they want to drop this, but I don't trust it. Too close to algo time.
So we got 3 minutes until algo time comes in.
Yeah. Yeah, we got that November highs reject. Stock Co, I use Lucid and I use my funded futures. Look on the hourly. Yeah, I mean, we rejected the 90 MA on the hourly on ES, but I would say they probably likely pin us into the close. Could be wrong though.
This is where I start looking at all of the markets that may have moved today that I'm interested in, because these indexes are not setting up for anything special tomorrow right now.
Guys,
think-
the algo time is the market on close. That's what we're referring to when we say 350 algo time. Jack, sorry, what were you saying? I cut you off.
I was just saying that, this is where I start scanning through different markets at the end of the day. Like based on the action today and the indexes, I don't think they're going to be, of course there's going to be trades to take tomorrow, but there's some days where if I'm trading the indexes, the action is so fast. Like last week, Thursday, Friday, Wednesday, there was so much action in the indexes that I didn't really deviate too much into other markets. But now that we've calmed down here in these indexes, I'll start, towards the end of the day, just scrolling through my different futures markets I look at, and looking at them on a higher time frame, 30-minute charts, daily charts, and just see if there's anything. Like I think Bitcoin right here is pretty important, like where it's holding the low of the day, right around 66,400 is the mid of the entire leg up. So obviously Bitcoin last week, huge puke lower, big story. Michael or Saylor monster earnings. That was a headline, so that's something I have in the back of my mind. And then today we held the midpoint of that leg up in Bitcoin from the lows of last week too high, and that's basically right around where some accumulations today. So I'm going to be paying attention to Bitcoin going in tomorrow for a potential long. But yeah, that's just like how I start to prepare for tomorrow today, knowing where we are and where we're
Attention
closing these different
traders,
markets.
it's algo time.
Jack, I actually do something pretty similar. I like end of day, I usually go through and like I set alerts at key levels on like different instruments and see if we get hit like there on the overnights, and kind of gives me an idea of like where price is coming in the next day, but also giving me places to look at coming in the next morning as well.
For sure. The more prepared you are, the better. Anytime
Yeah.
I come in unprepared, I know it. And I don't trade as good as when I come in prepared and, clear-minded.
100%.
I go, you go, I'll go. That's awesome.
I like that. Yeah.
I like that too.
That's epic.
That's cute.
It's just really I scan, a variety of futures markets. I pay attention to what their percentage change is over a 5 and 20-day period. Pay attention to the markets that are the strongest, pay attention to the markets that are the weakest. And, I like to find markets that are trending, because I think they offer, markets that are trending make new highs or new lows, and markets that make new highs or new lows offer better Rs than markets that stay in ranges. That's, simply how markets work. Trendy market. I mean, if you study great traders and great trading systems, some of the, turtle traders, like the most famous group of educated traders probably in trading history, those guys were all trend traders. They just bought breakouts. And the futures markets don't, there's not as many futures as there is stocks, but if you can find markets just look what some of the prop firms did when of course margins increased in gold and silver, but the reason was because those markets were flying high, and there was a lot of people, of course, speculation, that made a ton of money in those markets. And so if you're just looking at the Russell while silver is up 40% on the month, you're kind of missing the point.
Here we go, bouncing again off of that 0.618, and we rejected November highs again on ES. So, yeah, likely a pin into the close.
What's your pin level?
I don't have like an exact level. I can give you a range. I mean,
I wasn't sure if you're we're pinning like options. Like the SPX has, oh wait, that's old data.
I could tell you what, the gamma is looking like on SPX.
Let's see here. I actually did.
Yeah, it's about like 69.40, 69.45. Basically where we are right now. It's got the
I'm gonna load that up. Either that or we're just gonna pop to a new high and just give us the move we've been waiting for that none of us are in, right? I just had to pull it up here. Yeah, I don't really have anything here in the SPX 69.50 to 69.40. We can get out of this 69.50 in the SPX maybe, but yeah, I don't really have anything too important.
Yeah, I'd say we close somewhere between like 61 to 71 on ES. I think that's safe to say, yeah.
We're just inside value area low in the NASDAQ, just below it in the ES.
And then same thing for the Russell. Like I don't see, I could be wrong again. I just don't see us going higher than 678.
I'll tell you
Probably
what.
pin between 671, 678 on the Russell.
I'll tell you what though, if we get those 62 overnight, I'm buying.
All right, text me and remind me. I'll trade Asia.
I'll just I mean I'm comfortable setting limit orders overnight with brackets. Just, you know, you just have to set them right. I'll probably on that trade I'd risk 7 points with a target of like 20.
Guys, how am I the number one person commenting in the chat?
I
While
come in the
also-
chat. Nobody just knows it's me because my name's Startup Trading in the chat.
Yeah, you got to change that. But like, how
My
am I
YouTube
number
channel, I'm
one
not changing
and I'm
it.
on camera?
Yeah.
I'm doing double the yapping.
I change my icon so people know it's me, but I mean, whatever. I'm not changing that name. It
Yeah.
is what it is.
Can we get some likes going before we get off stream, guys? We have less than half the likes.
Yeah, come on, pump it up. We made this as exciting as we possibly could for you guys here today.
Yeah, we tried. We
Yep.
really did.
Some days, you know,
It'd be like that.
it'd be like that.
I've given the 100% of the likes I have available. Thank you. We appreciate
We
you.
need you to log out of your account and into your friend's YouTube account or a secondary. No,
I'm doing that right now. I'll just do it through my burner.
your burner. You just troll on.
No. Who am I trolling on YouTube? I have a burner just so I don't mess the algorithm.
I know
with,
who
like,
you're trolling. I'm
who
not
am I
gonna
trolling?
say. I'm not gonna say who you're trolling, but I've seen you troll.
I would love to know who I'm trolling, but the reason why I have it is so I don't mess with the algo. Like I keep my, the one that you guys see for just trading purposes, and then this one is like whatever, my podcasts or songs or whatever else I'm listening to. Yeah, one of many fiber optic. I do have a couple just because when you have a Gmail account, they kind of automatically make you a YouTube account.
Oh, really?
They do, yeah. So
Yeah.
like I have a ton of Gmail accounts for whatever different purposes, and so yeah, guys, a lot of those likes are coming from me, okay?
Shady.
Yeah, okay. I'm helping the algo.
Yo,
What's up, Jim?
Jim.
great job this afternoon.
Thanks, Jim.
Love
You too.
the infotainment. We're gonna call it infotainment.
I like it.
Yeah. So, who's still in positions? Anybody?
I
No,
think we're all out.
I think we're
we're all
out.
out. Nothing exciting going on.
Yeah. Crazy. I mean, this was we for the E-mini S&P and the Nasdaq, we both remained within the initial balance. We didn't even wick through one way or the other for a quick move.
That's pretty wild.
That happens over the last 6 months, according to Edgeful, that happens 1.54% of the time. So it is a rare event.
No, that is pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, the Dow got a little wick through there. The Russell didn't. Crazy, and we're just a little bit north of the weekly open on E-mini S&P and Nasdaq. Interesting times. Although the initial balance was huge.
Yeah, on NASDAQ, it was massive.
Yeah.
I think it was what, like 400 points or something? Let's see.
It's gonna be interesting to see if that selling shows up at the open tomorrow as well.
We had a 406 point IB on NASDAQ.
Yeah, it's crazy. But the energies kept their bid. The metals kept their bid. Bonds settled back down a little bit. And then the poor Bitcoin is still in trouble.
The poor Bitcoin.
The Bitcoin.
The Bitcoin is still not out of the woods yet, but yeah, it's not going to go to zero. It's not going to go to million. So
Don't let the crypto bros hear you say that.
well, I mean, that's right. That's the thing. And I was listening to Crowder Market Report today, another Shapiro, a super smart guy. And he was like, everybody I talk to is an extreme fanatic, right?
Yeah.
The Bitcoin bros are like, we're going to a million. and the this is a crowded market report video, and or the naysayers are like, we're going to zero. It's like, well, maybe there's an in between there somewhere.
That makes it a great trading market. A lot of indecisive.
No, I know it is. It's a trading market. It's fantastic. Let's see where we're going to close today. We're not going to move much here. 10 seconds.
Ray, we're saying IB.
Initial
wow.
analysis, IB. There you go.
It really showed up in the last 10 seconds.
That's it. We're done. We closed right at the point of control for the for the NASI, at the classic, the big NASDAQ. Point of control is 277.5, 278, and that's almost exactly where we closed. That's crazy. In any event, appreciate you guys as usual. You were awesome. Let's give these folks a round of applause for trading the close on NinjaTrader Live.
Thanks, Jim.
Thanks, Jim.
I'll do it. Uh-oh. Someone in mission control is not paying attention.
They're sleeping. It's all good.
That's okay. Tomorrow, I want to remind everybody, 8 o'clock start time. We have a special guest, Mark Newton. He's a CMT, a chartered market technician. It's an impressive credential. Mark's going to be with a special guest this morning. Tape Talk is going to be with Farm. Trade the Open. Jack's coming back to Trade the Open tomorrow with Nick for a tick. And then Midday Market. Selma's coming back.
Hell
with
yeah.
Leo the Tiger. You and Leo are partners there, man. You're
He's the
together a lot.
best. Just don't
He
tell
is.
him I said that.
I agree with you. He
He
is the
can't
best.
know.
Leo is the best. I agree with you. And do not tell him I said that. I'm with you on that. Selma.
I'm not saying a word.
All right. And then Trade the Close. Joey's coming back.
Let's go.
Everyone, and you're going to be with Selma. Selma's doing double time, and then XYZ will be joining you to Trade the Close. So there'll be 3 years, which will be very awesome. So appreciate you guys doing this. Appreciate everything you do for NinjaTrader Live. Thank you, chat. Thank you for folks who are listening, not in the chat. Appreciate everybody being part of the NinjaTrader Live community. Thank you for the subscriptions. Super important to me. Thank you for the thumbs up as well. These folks did a great job today. Having said all that, most important message of the day, please be safe out there. Be good to each other. We'll see you soon.
See you,
Take
chat.
care.
Bye.